Cheers and happy Saturday. So I kind of thought I would do a little 24-hour, I guess it's kind of like 36-hour readathon, because this week is banned book week, and I didn't read a lot of, well, Twilight technically is a banned book, but I'm not going to count that as like a banned book. So I thought I would spend this weekend reading some banned books, and I would see how many I can get read. So it is currently like 10:30. So I'm gonna drink my coffee and I'm gonna do a physical read. I started this a little bit last night while I was waiting for Taylor Swift to be on Jimmy Fallon. They were gonna show the interview, showed the interview for like a second time, and so I watched it because they showed like extended clips or whatever. So I started this, but I only got 8 pages in, whatever. So I'm going to start with drinking my coffee and reading Fahrenheit 451, and then after I've woken up a little bit and drank my coffee, I'm going to switch to an audiobook, which I'll have to figure out which one I want to do for that. And then I'm gonna try and clean up my mass market paperback bookshelf today and try and get my Brandon Sanderson books put away, so my office can be all cleaned up. You'll see when we get there. But for now, I'm gonna drink coffee and I'm gonna read this. I've actually never read Fahrenheit 451 before. I did read Ray Bradbury's The Halloween Tree. Ray Bradbury's internationally acclaimed novel Fahrenheit 451 is a masterwork of 20th century literature set in a bleak dystopian future. Guy Montag is a fireman. In his world where television rules and literature is on the brink of extinction, firemen start fires rather than put them out. His job is to destroy the most illegal of commodities, printed books, along with the houses in which they are hidden. Montag never questions the destruction and ruin his actions produce, returning each day to his bland life and wife Mildred, who spends all day with her television family. But then he meets an eccentric young neighbor, Clarice, who introduces him to a past where people didn't live in fear, and to a present where one sees the world through ideas and books instead of the mindless chatter of television. When Mildred attempts suicide and Clarice suddenly disappears, Montag begins to question everything he has ever done. He starts hiding books in his home, and when his pilfering is discovered, the fireman has to run for his life. So I'm gonna go ahead and read this and drink my coffee. Okay, so I read part 1 of Fahrenheit 451. This is the part where they're discussing burning books the whole time. But, what's his name? Guy is the fireman, and he's discussing with Mildred, his wife, his job as a fireman who burns books. And he's starting to, like, see the light that maybe burning books is not a good idea. And he has 2, like, hidden books. And they're talking about, like, keeping people happy by not giving them information and not giving them choices. And it's a very interesting read. There's a lot to digest here. So I read part 1, and I was starting to get, like, I'm awake, I'm ready to do stuff now. It's almost noon. So I'm going to switch to an audiobook, and I'm going to go clean up a bookshelf, which I'll show you in a minute. But for audiobook, I'm going to listen to A Lesson in Vengeance. It's 10 hours, so 2 times speed, 5 hours. I should be able to finish this today. I do have the physical copy, and this is a book that I've been wanting to read for a while, and I just haven't gotten to it. And I found out it's a banned book, so I'm going to give it a try today. It also has perfect spooky, like, season vibes. let's see. Felicity Morrow is back at Dalloway School. Perched in the Catskills Mountains, the centuries-old ivy-covered campus was home until the tragic death of her girlfriend. Now, after a year away, she's returned to finish high school. She even has her old room in Goodwin House, the exclusive dormitory rumored to be haunted by the spirits of 5 Dalloway girls. Some say were witches. The Dalloway 5 all died mysteriously, one after another, right on Goodwin grounds. Witchcraft is woven into Dalloway's past. The school doesn't talk about it, but the students do. In secret rooms and shadowy corners, girls convene, and before her girlfriend died, Felicity was drawn to the dark. She's determined to leave that behind now, but it's hard when Dalloway's occult history is everywhere, and when the new girl won't let her forget. It's Ellis Halley's first year at Dalloway, and she has already amassed a loyal following. A prodigy novelist at 17, Ellis is a so-called method writer. She's eccentric and brilliant, and Felicity can't shake the pull she feels to her. So when Ellis asks Felicity to help her research that Dalloway 5 for her second book, Felicity can't say no. Given her history with the arcane, Felicity is the perfect resource. And when history begins to repeat itself, Felicity will have to face the darkness in Dalloway and herself. So this sounds very like, I love the page design. It sounds very dark academia, a lot of mystery, intrigue, so I'm excited to give this a listen. So let me show you the project I'm gonna work on. Okay, so this is my office, obviously, and I have stuff everywhere. This is the little closet room, okay? And it has these built-in shelves, which I have some Funko Pops and some little like figurines, but I also have all of my mass market paperbacks on here. But as you can see, I have amassed more mass market paperbacks. So my plan today, I think it's still, yeah, it's still filming. Okay, so my plan today, I want to take everything off the shelves so I can dust them and then put everything back on. I want to get all of the paperback books, like all the books on here, and then I want to organize all the little, like, all the little tchotchkes. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go get my headphones and get started on this project. Obviously, I have to set the vibes. I am obsessed with this little candle. This is the candle warmer, but then it's called Autumn in Westminster, and it just smells so perfectly fall. Okay, so I am 4 chapters into A Lesson in Vengeance so far. This book had me from the dedication. Sorry, it's echoing in here because I took everything out. So it is what it is. We'll talk about that in a minute. But the dedication, I love this. It says, "For coffee-stained girls in libraries." Chef kiss, it's me. I am not currently coffee-stained, but that might change. And I'm in a bookshelf, so it's about me. Anyway, it's giving definite dark academia vibes. So we have Felicity Morrow, and she has maybe had like a really bad experience with her former girlfriend. We don't really know much about that yet. And there's a lot of magic that goes on at the school. And her new roommate did just move in. It's Ellis Haley. And she is a prodigy novelist. And she's only going to stay there for like 2 weeks, I think. From what it sounds like in the book. And there's a lot of tarot cards, a lot of like, there's a coven, they go to this party, very dark academia, very like girls doing what they're not supposed to be doing or whatever. And I think there's going to be blurred lines between like, is the magic real or is it like an illusion? Like what's going on? So I'm excited to continue listening to this, and I did get the shelves all cleaned off and I dusted them. So I think what I'm gonna do now, like my shelves before, I kind of just had the books on like 3 or 4 of the shelves, and they were all together, and then I had all the little knickknacks on other shelves. I think I want to disperse them better, so I'm gonna start with putting the books on, and like I can comfortably reach like this shelf. So I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna put like knickknacks on the tops because like I can't comfortably reach that in case I want the book. So I'm gonna start the books here and then go down as far as I feel necessary. These shelves only really fit mass market paperback books, and some of the mass markets are taller and the taller ones don't necessarily fit sitting upwise, so that's why I had some sitting horizontal before. So, and some of the shelves are bigger slightly, and some of them are a little bit smaller. You can kind of see this one's a little bit bigger, this one's a little bit smaller. So I'm gonna try and put books on the shelves in alphabetical order, but I might have to like fudge that a little bit just to use the space in the best way that I possibly can to maximize my space. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And there are some really great covers in here, so I think that's gonna be my Instagram post of the day, like fire 1980s 1990s mass market paperback covers. Like just wait till you see some of these like collector's items. Absolutely. So I took a quick break for lunch because I have all of the books in alphabetical order. So now I just need to make them fit on the shelf because this is a mess. So I'm gonna jump back into my audiobook. I watched one episode of Grey's Anatomy while I ate my lunch, but I'm on chapter 7 in A Lesson in Vengeance. I have 4 hours left, so, and it is almost 3 o'clock, so let's get back into it. I'm going to set most of the books upright. There is a bit of room down here, and I'm sure once I set them upright there's going to be more room on each shelf, and I'm going to have to like move books, slide them around to get everything where it needs to go. Anyway, let me quick play on this and get started. So here's the final bookshelves. Try and show everything. And then I've got my Brandon Sanderson over here, CDs, and just overflow little figures. And then this card is all of my like trading cards. So like this part looks great. This part looks great. Pretty much happy with everything. Got everything like alphabetized, except there's like a Buffy the Vampire Slayer section up there, which I love. And I've got my 5x5 Faith book facing out. Got some Star Wars pops. I've got all my F1 cars up top, except for the Alpine, because I kind of forgot that it was here. And it's already full. Anyway, some more Star Wars. Some like Barbies and whatnot. So this part looks great. This needs cleaned up, and this bed needs cleaned up.